Hey, this is Scott Photography Banzai. In this video, I'm going to go over the C2e2 convention photos they had taken recently. Turned out pretty decent. Of course, there were some drawbacks to the way that I did things, but a few benefits. The big benefits were, of course, simplicity, having fun, enjoying not having to worry about lighting and such. But the big drawback is the lighting conditions there. Got very strong overhead lights. It looked like a mixture of 3000 and 5000K lights. Up extremely high, of course. I had taken photos there in the past, I think around 2011. It was a different setup, but they still have extremely bright red carpets, and the light reflects up into people's faces, which is a big drawback to not using any type of additional lighting on the camera. But I managed to deal with it in post-processing for the most part, with targeted adjustments to people's faces and things like that. X100F worked very well in the conditions as expected. Autofocus didn't have any issues there. Maybe 1 or 2 or 3 that were misfocused, but it was probably more on me than the camera itself. Lighting was of course very strong, directional from top to bottom, but didn't have any issues focusing with that. There was a lot of color cast, as I had mentioned. If there were no carpets in a certain area, then you had a very strong yellow look to the photos. So it's mostly just dealing with it in post-processing because I didn't use any extra lighting. Of course, the camera does have a flash built in. I was reluctant to use it. I didn't try it out. Might have potentially helped a little bit with the faces or just adding some type of catch light, but just more effort than I wanted to put in at that moment because just trying to enjoy convention with friends and taking quick snapshots for the most part. I use a program called c2e2 Photo Studio Ultimate 2018. Very big name to it. It works pretty well with the X-Trans photos. The big negative though is it doesn't use any type of GPU acceleration that it does with different RAW files, so it lags my computer a little bit when editing. Besides that, it works pretty well with the amount of adjustments and things that I can do to those files. As you'll see in the editing step, I was able to adjust selective areas to take some of the red cast or the yellow cast away from the photos. Besides that, of course, I could crop things and adjust basic properties, brightness, contrast, and everything of that nature. I did give out a few of my info cards as I was taking photos, really just situational. If it seemed like a good opportunity, I'd hand one out, but I wasn't really giving one to every single person that I took a photo of. Worked out all right, I think. I'll link an article that I wrote about this. Not too much more information there, but it does have a link to the photos as well, and a little bit about the camera and such. So that's about it with this video. Hope you found it interesting. I'm going to try to go to more conventions in the future. It's just challenging with the cost and travel and everything related to that. But it was fun, and hopefully you enjoy seeing the photos. I'm Scott from Photography Banzai. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing. That helps me out a lot. Likes and shares help out a lot as well. Thanks again.